Hi guys, so today my husband and I are celebrating our 14-year anniversary married, as well as we've been together for 17 years. And often people ask me how we stay together and stay so happy and thrive in a marriage that's, withstanded the test of time and so many children. We have seven, and we work together. We're together 24 hours a day. So, being that it's my anniversary, or our anniversary, I thought I would come and do a little video for those of you who might be struggling in your marriage or your relationships, or looking for the perfect man, and give you some of the attributes that you need to look for to have a marriage that not only survives the test of time but thrives, and has longevity and endurance and happiness. So I found a website that has a couple of things I agree with, and some things that I actually don't. And since you guys don't know that much about me, you know that a lot of you that subscribe to my channel know that I have a history in psychology, and I have a lot of kids, but you don't know that much more about me. This is the lucky guy, I guess. Or am I the lucky one? We're both the lucky ones, right? And, we got together right after I was actually a single teenage mom. Very selfish. Didn't know anything about raising children. Had a very crazy upbringing. I was a very street smart kid. I was very knowledgeable and mature, and more, I would think, to say precocious than anything else. I knew how to get what I want, but I wasn't always the kindest on how I got it. So that was one of the first things that my husband taught me, was how to be a kind person. And I learned this not only from him, but watching him with his family. So if you have a guy that you're dating, considering marrying, and vice versa for women too, if you see how they are with their siblings and their family, and the saying always goes, check and see how he treats his mother. These things are very true from my experience. Guys will show a lot of their true colors with their own family, so you can look down the line to see how he might treat you and your children and your family. I found a website that has certain attributes to look for to have a strong marriage, and to continue to thrive. And some of these things I agree with, some I don't, and I'm not going to go into the religious aspect about this very much either. One of the things that I did like that it said was to try and keep a sense of individuality. That can never be a bad idea, as long as you have a partner who actually encourages you to be yourself, and to actually go after those things that are important to you. One thing that it says is to go ahead and take care of things like difficulties, not going around the issue, but through it, even if it takes time. Well, yes, but, and forgive me for sniffing, but I have allergies and a little bit of a cold still. If it's something that is causing you to really just butt heads right away, or if either of you is in a bad mood, or the children are around, anything like that, where it's going to get really heated, then table it for later. Set an appointment to go over this, and write down the top 3 things that you want to get out of whatever it is that the issue that you need to resolve is. One thing I think is important here is, guys, I know there's some guys watching my channel here, just apologize right away if you're wrong, because more than anything else, we want to hear that we are being listened to and our feelings are being acknowledged. Women, it goes the same way. It's so hard to admit when you're wrong. I understand that. I really, really do. It's so hard. So say what you mean and mean what you say. I'm not sure if I agree with that at all. Be careful how you say things. That would be my advice, because words really can hurt. Neil Young has a great song actually called Words, And I love that song because it really just speaks volumes. When you study marriage and family relationships and psychology in general, and love chemicals, how the brain works, you start to understand a little bit how much words really affect the brain. They stick in your head. Like if you're gonna have children, for example, saying negative things to them, of course, affects them greatly. It does the same thing to your partner. So here's a picture of my husband with one of our kids just after she was born. And one thing I want to go over too is, we worry a lot as women about our looks. Is this a quality that is important as we get older? And guys too, am I going to lose my muscles? Am I going to lose my ability to please my wife? I've seen a lot of people have issues with these kinds of things. Good relationship stands the test of time and the trials of our bodies as well. So, a guy should love you whether you look like, you are a beauty queen, or whether you're 9 months pregnant with this child. A good way to tell if a guy is going to be a great dad, and I know this sounds kind of silly too, but a good way to tell is if he actually gains weight with you. So that was my husband after, I think, 45 pounds. Gestational love, I guess, huh? But, if he's a good dad, he will probably put on a few pounds, or at least make sure that you get the proper nourishment so that you can. But, seeing a guy with your child is like the most loving feeling that a woman can have, and vice versa. And one thing that I want to point out too is, not all guys come with the fathering instinct. I didn't come with the mothering instinct, I admit it. But, if they have good relationship with their mom, then you're pretty apt to say this guy is probably going to be a good dad. So let's talk about respect each other's needs will be different when it comes to PMS, that is power, money, and sex. So I'm extremely ambitious. My husband is not competitive. He says he is, trust me. He says he's very competitive, but he is not as competitive as I am. And that's okay. That's okay. Realize that you're going to be different in that way. Sexually, maybe you connected first, but you're going to have ebbs and flows throughout the relationship, whether it's a marriage or a relationship. Money is a big one. We went through such a hard time in the beginning. I mean, we had just the biggest jalopies. I was afraid my kids would get taken away from me because we were just so poor at times. And, it's not an issue anymore, which is a good thing, of course. And, we are more than able to support our family. We are so grateful to be blessed. But, we survived a long time that way. I would say half of our marriage was just in complete financial turmoil. And if you're able to survive that together and focus on your relationship, then you know that you have something good. Forgiveness is super important in a relationship. If you can forgive and forget, then that's going to be very important. So yeah, we had some hard times, we had some good times. It's all normal in a relationship, as long as the end result is happy children. And I put this picture on here because I think it's so cute that this is just a few months ago. My husband still takes pictures, or tries to take pictures, of my butt after this many years, and it seems like he doesn't have eyes for anyone else other than me, and makes me feel so special in that regard. And he's loved me whether I am super huge and pregnant, or and trust me, I've been there, or and that's how too. But sometimes too little too late. So try and take some of the attributes that I've shared with you about being respectful, respecting boundaries and time schedules, that kind of thing. Sharing everything. Lies can destroy a marriage. It's one thing I really want to point out. We went through a difficult time in our marriage, like lots of other people, and we survived. And I'm not going to go into it, but it did revolve around lies. And I'm just going to tell you right now, like it's a very difficult thing to get over. So the best thing that you can do is just to try not to lie in the first place. So, try and encourage your man to get involved in the community, to feel a sense of integrity, I would say. This is a note he left me this morning. Love you so much. Happy anniversary. Miss you so much. Can't wait to see you. So, if you have a guy like that after a couple years is still leaving you letters like that and stuff, you've got a good one. You should never lay an unkind hand on one another. So it goes both ways too, because it's very hard to come back from physical abuse. And I would say if you have been physically abused by your partner, that I wouldn't want to encourage you to stay in a relationship like that. It's very difficult for me to say something like that because I know, that's a very definitive statement. But I've seen a lot of people go through this with my history, my background, and I'm just concerned that if you were in an abusive relationship, that you would just keep waiting for the other party to change. And in my experience, that just doesn't happen very often. Ignore this. That is not me that donate today. That's just something on the website. So on the website that I'm on, I would never ask for a donation. So a couple of things I wanted to leave you with too was, try and take a little bit of time out every day for yourselves. I know this gets really hard after you have kids and stuff, but it's so important for those kids to see you taking the time for yourselves. They'll carry it on into their marriage as well. So that's very, very important. My husband still has the shirt. He keeps this like in his toolbox. He has the shirt that I was wearing the night that we first kissed. So I think it's so cute. And I understand that not all guys are as sensitive and everything is mine. And that's completely fine. But, watch out for those warning signs. And if they're there, feel free to reach out to me. I can definitely give you, some advice. I definitely have some resources that I can share with you that are very legitimate, and they help very, very much. So to all of you, I wish you a healthy and happy and long marriage that thrives. Have a great day.